Salah. Nunes running in on goal. Good defending from Southampton. Nunes appreciative of Mohamed Salah, who does a quick 1-2, a little passing triangle with Elliott, Firmino, Salah and Nunes, who's completely onside. It was a good recovery in the end, as it looks as though Kotchap just keeping Mohamed Salah on Nunes onside, where he went for the initial run for Mohamed Salah, completely keeps Nunes on. Nunes running in on goal, but it was good defending and good recovery in the end from the centre-back. Liverpool trying to create plenty more chances here. It was a long ball from the goal kick, goes towards Salah. Kalatakar wasting no time and just sending the ball clear towards Alexander-Arnold, almost on the halfway line again. Will go for the safe approach back towards his goalkeeper, as Alisson. Liverpool reset and regroup with Harvey Elliott receiving the ball on the halfway line, trying to speed up the game. It looks as though Elliott on the right channel, running at a Southampton player, but he's going to be forced to go back here towards Thiago. Thiago opting to switch the play to Robertson, who likewise can't really run into any sort of space and has to go for Fabinho. Roberto Firmino, the goal scorer, dropping in almost as a centre-back here to just try and get on the ball and play it to Elliott, and Elliott likewise playing to Alexander-Arnold, who was almost playing as a striker here with all this movement from Liverpool in these first 90 minutes, just trying to carve an opening here against the Saints. Fabinho, the centre circle with Thiago. Quick passes from Liverpool, just trying to make things a little bit more difficult to read for Southampton. Here's Fabinho again, playing a very dangerous, a few extra touches with Shea Adams just behind him on the centre circle. Alexander-Arnold receives the ball. Play back to Elliott, who's just substituting in there for a right-back position whilst Alexander-Arnold is putting the pressure on. Nunes gets the ball on the edge of the box, and he's going to be forced to go backwards here. Quick ricochet towards Harvey Elliott as Nunes just tried to create a gap for Mohamed Salah to run into, or Elliott's header straight towards Mizuno. Mizuno just holding the ball for a few extra seconds here. I think just trying to slow things down as Liverpool look to try and turn their gears up an extra notch and let Southampton reset and regroup here. Mizuno going for a long ball towards Adams again, but Gomez, good header that time towards Thiago, and Liverpool can reset the ball with Andy Robertson. He's going to go backwards, just forced by pressure from El Yunusi. And Van Dijk coming back from a high position just to give Robertson some support. And here's Robertson again. Plays it to Thiago in the centre of the pitch in a deep position. And from Darwin Núñez. What a cross that is from Harvey Elliott on the edge of the box. And Núñez at the back post, completely unmarked. Manages to just first time with his left foot guide it again into the bottom right hand corner, and Liverpool were mounting further bits of pressure throughout these last 10 minutes, and they've managed to reap their rewards in an excellent fashion. And it was all created from the number 19 Harvey Elliott to their summer signing Darwin Núñez. What a goal that is as we watch the replay here on our screens. Harvey Elliott completely unmarked. He goes for the shot initially. Mohamed Salah tries to control the ball. I think it was the claims of a slight push from Salah, but Liverpool get on with things. Robertson goes for a cross in the edge of the box. It's intercepted well by Kotchap. Elliott manages to get on the ball from a really poor clearance by Southampton, edge of the box, and he can pick out Darwin Núñez, who is unmarked on the far post. The Southampton right back, it looks as though, doesn't see Núñez just drifting across. Oh, it's a great ball. It looks as though it's Bella Kotchap who just switches off at a crucial moment. Núñez slots it in. It's a brilliant finish, you have to say. And there's nothing that Bazuna could have done about it, really. You've seen the run late and was high away from his line. And Liverpool back in the lead here at Anfield, 2-1, 22 minutes gone. Southampton did have a quick response last time. It'll be interesting to see what the response is in this manner, if Liverpool have learned their lessons from really conceding silly free kicks after the goal. And here they come again on the counter-attack as Southampton intercepted centre-back and find Roberto Firmino in the centre of the pitch and get it to Mohamed Salah, who's got to drift into the centre circle. He managed to just get a ricochet cross towards Thiago. Robertson tries to combine with Núñez, but I think that slight touch from Robertson on the left side took it away from the Uruguayan, and now Southampton have managed to regain control here with Bazunu. Bazunu going to play it towards Galatakar. Kaleta just slowing things down here. Roberto Firmino is very unsure whether to initiate the press here, as there's plenty of blue shirts to pass to, and Liverpool looks as though they're going to be actually sitting back here and reset and reorganise, but Southampton can play right through the midfield there. It's a brilliant ball over to the Southampton left-hand side, and here's Ward-Prowse just in this centre circle. He's going to drift into it where Kaleta is waiting. He's asked for the ball. It's going to be a long diagonal towards the box. Oh, it's a great ball to El Yunusi. Tries to control it towards Shea Adams again, but Van Dijk is in the way that time, and I think the offside flag will be raised for that initial ball. It was very inventive from Southampton, but the linesman has spotted the run. It looks as though it was just a little bit too late from El Yunusi that time. But good football from Southampton nonetheless, as Pep Linders is on our screens right now. I think just getting orders from Jurgen Klopp as he goes back to his coaching staff to ask what the managers actually said there, Pep Linders. I think he was very just cautious of Southampton, managed to cut through the midfield. But here come Liverpool again from the goal kick. Roberto Firmino on the right-hand side here, almost where Mohamed Salah is meant to be based. But there's two red shirts. Harvey Elliott provides support as well. Plenty of danger on this right channel for Liverpool so far. Perraud manages to win the ball, gets it towards Lafia. Southampton play their way out of trouble again. Armstrong chooses to take on Gomez, but it's a heavy touch, and the English centre-back can play things out of trouble. Joe Gomez recently missing out on the World Cup. There's been plenty of injuries, of course. I think there would have been calls for Gomez to be going on the plane to Qatar, but he misses out, which some people do find unfortunate. Gomez still coming back originally from that long-term injury. He's had a difficult spell here at Liverpool, but he's found himself in the team again with injuries to Konate and Matip this season. Konate only recently back, and I think that might be a case of just cautiousness from Jurgen Klopp and Pep Linders with the World Cup only a few weeks away. Cross came in from Thiago on this left-hand side, but it's not a great one. It's going to go straight out for a Southampton goal kick as Bazunu just plays it down, and I think they're going to try and pass it out from the back, which could be a dangerous one with Liverpool's pressing game very notable here. But Bazunu actually has changed his mind and told them to get further up the pitch. Long ball, intercepted again from Thiago, who tries to get it towards Nunes, the centre half. Southampton win it back with Kaleta, and a little bit of nice football here on this left-hand side as Prod is forced to go back to Kaleta again, and here's Kochap. He's got Mohamed El Yunusi just ahead of him, but Liverpool are making it very difficult in these last 5 minutes to really cut through them. It's really got to be the long, direct approach that is the one to really beat Liverpool, and that's only when their high line's really visible. And this could be an opening here. Salisa is trying to go for that long ball, as mentioned before, towards Armstrong. It's just about dealt with from Trent Alexander-Arnold. It's good defending from the right back. Controlled by Gomez from a long clearance. Southampton back to Virgil van Dijk, who's got Andy Robertson just about 40 yards out from the Liverpool goal. Liverpool, quick passes here between Van Dijk and Alexander-Arnold, who's on the ball. We know he can switch them from right to left with pretty much any foot with delicate ease, as he's picks out Thiago on the halfway line. Alexander-Arnold almost playing as an inverted fullback here. It's in the centre of the pitch as Thiago takes the position of Alexander-Arnold, and it's a great ball from Thiago as he receives the ball where Van Dijk's waiting almost in Andy Robertson's position as he's further forward as well. Gomez forced by the press from Armstrong that time. Van Dijk gets the ball and he'll choose the safe option in Alisson, who's just playing in his own D right now. Slots back into his goal here as Van Dijk passes it to Thiago. It's good pressure from Southampton, trying to make it difficult. Liverpool are really trying to pass their way out of trouble with Alexander-Arnold. Harvey Elliott providing support that time, and it's a long ball towards Salah, but intercepted well by Kaleta. And here he is again. Ward-Prowse opting to play it to him just on the halfway line, and he'll go for a direct ball right into the centre of the pitch. Southampton still have the ball here with Lavia. Lavia is forced to go backwards again, but Southampton, with all their pressure, have actually been rewarded with possession here. Is Kaleta again getting it towards Armstrong. is Perraud. Perraud back to Salisa. Lavia, direct ball again to Adams. Adams trying to combine with Elyounoussi, where Ward-Prowse has drifted over to the right-hand side. He's going to switch it all the way to the left. Perraud controls it down for Armstrong on the edge of the box. Stuart Armstrong finds Ward-Prowse on the edge of the box. It's a vital interception from Thiago. Keeps it away from Ward-Prowse before I think he was going to pull the trigger. And Liverpool could hit on the counter-attack. Thiago gets it to Harvey Elliott on the right-hand side. He goes direct. Plays it towards Salah on the edge of the box on the right-hand side. Nunez with the overlap towards Roberto Firmino. Great save again from Bazunu. Roberto Firmino, a snapshot from the Darwin Nunez pass in the 6-yard box. Vital goalkeeping from Gavin Bazunu to keep things 2-1 here. It really could have been 3. It was a devastating counter-attack. Southampton were carved open. I think there might actually be calls for an offside, which is a very tight call if it is so. Roberto Firmino's, I think maybe his heel is actually just slightly offside from the Nunez pass. It looks as though the ball actually went backwards. I think there was slight calls of offside, but it looks all okay from our cameras here. But play, regardless, is back underway. Southampton have really dodged the bullet from an excellent piece of goalkeeping from Bazunu. There's been a few times in this first half where he's been called upon. With 29 minutes gone, just approaching the half-hour mark here. Liverpool 2-1, really open their accounts with Roberto Firmino. Shea Adams with a quick response after the 9th minute. And Nunez, the vital goal 10 minutes later, just after the 20th minute, to get things back underway for Liverpool here. Robertson, just on the left-hand side, he's got Van Dijk. Liverpool's back four are very spread out here, a lot of space to run into if Southampton can hit them on the counter-attack, but Liverpool are playing around the Saints with relative ease in these last few moments as Van Dijk switches the ball towards Alexander-Arnold in an advanced position on this right-hand side. He's got Elliott just behind him, and Elliott chooses to take on Lavia. Lavia, good tracking back and good defending, manages to hold up Harvey Elliott, who's got Alexander-Arnold ahead of him. Alexander-Arnold gets the cross in towards Darwin Nunez. Oh, it's a good save again for Bazunu. Keeps the ball away from Nunez. Just a presence in the way. But Liverpool still control the ball with Robertson on the edge of the box. Mohamed Salah is taking a ricochet on the edge of the box. And Bazunu can just get his hands to the ball again. Oh, what an interesting few minutes that Bazunu has had. As we watch the replay, Alexander-Arnold, a dangerous cross towards Nunez. And Nunez does get his head to the ball, but it's vital goalkeeping. Bazunu just gets his body in the way, and he's right next to Nunez to make the ball really not travel as far as it possibly could. And Perraud, from the Salah shot, almost ricochets it into the back of the net. Bazunu, quick goalkeeping and quick reactions to keep the ricochet from going to the bottom right-hand corner. Good creativity from Liverpool, but excellent defending and great goalkeeping from Southampton. And 31 minutes gone here. Liverpool are looking very, very comfortable with the ball ending at the feet of Thiago, who's just playing right in the centre circle. Has managed to find plenty of space, the Spaniard. It was a bit of a shock that Thiago has been named as one of the Spaniards not to be going to the World Cup, which to Liverpool's delight will be very beneficial as Robertson whips in the ball on the left-hand side of the pitch. Intercepted by Southampton, but only as far as Thiago, about 40 yards out, and he's going to choose to go back to Virgil van Dijk. There's plenty of shirts flooding in around Roberto Firmino and Nunez to keep the ball from going very direct. Liverpool are having to go wide, which, to be fair, could benefit them in the long run. And here is again Roberto Firmino combining with Mohamed Salah. Firmino on the edge of the box, whips the ball in. He's cut back, intercepted by Southampton. Back towards Joe Gomez, who's going to just alleviate the danger and play towards Van Dijk. But they can reset on this right-hand side, 40 yards out, of Alexander-Arnold, who plays a low-driven ball towards Salah. Salah just tries to guide it towards Elliott with a late surging run against Perraud. Alexander-Arnold still holds possession, and it's finally cut out by Southampton towards, this time, Salisu. Elyounoussi gets on the ball. He'll play it into the centre where Lavia is waiting, but is intercepted by Thiago. Great tackling and great defending, stopping the counter-attack from the Spaniard, and here he is again on the left-hand side of the Liverpool midfield. Southampton really not interested in any sort of pressure on Thiago, who's just taking his time to really pick the right man out, and he chooses it with Van Dijk. Harvey Elliott is slotted into the centre of the midfield at the moment, whilst Fabinho recovers his position. Here's Joe Gomez on the right-hand side. Van Dijk, I think, was thinking about a long, direct ball towards Núñez, but he opts out at the last moment and chooses the easier option and the easier route in Elliott. And here he is, Elliott again, in the centre of the trio. And this time tries to combine with Firmino, intercepted again by Elyounoussi brilliantly. Thiago can pick out Núñez, who's almost where Firmino is meant to be playing, just in behind two forward players, but Núñez wants to get a few more touches on the ball, it looks like, and he's having them here on the right-hand side, and he looks as though he can get a dangerous cross in to the edge of the box. Ward-Prowse manages to clear only as far as Harvey Elliott. Andy Robertson on the left waiting for the ball. Van Dijk will receive it on the halfway line and play it towards the right-hand channel where Núñez is still staying here. Thiago on the right-hand side now gets the ball whipped in towards Firmino, and the ball is intercepted by Southampton as far as Alexander-Arnold, but it's going to drift all the way over the crossbar. It wasn't a great strike, really. It was an ambitious effort from the right back. It's going to go right over for a Southampton goal kick. As we watch the replay, Thiago had been very active here and really unmarked, I think, is the main key word for Thiago in these first 35 minutes here at Anfield. Plenty of space for Liverpool's midfield maestro to sort of find these little pockets of spaces for the right man to run into. Nathan Jones shaking his head here on the touchline. I think he's just really frustrated with his side's performance, especially since going 2-1 down. Southampton have been very dangerous when they can get the ball into those specific areas in possession, and really devastating on the counter-attack if they can get the right ball and the right service. Mainly coming through Elyounoussi on Southampton's right-hand side. It's been their most dangerous. Thiago. Ball switched from Elliott towards Robertson. Robertson going the easy option in Thiago. Straight back to Elliott on the right side. He uses his right foot to cross the ball in, but it's not an accurate one. And you can see the idea was going again for Núñez, who is in plenty of space on the left channel, but it's not an accurate cross in the end. Well, that was what really combined for the second goal for Liverpool, and it could have been pulled off here. Again, this time Elliott just couldn't get it accurate enough. It actually almost ended up in the back of the net. Bazunu would have been caught off guard. As Bazunu lines up. Another goal kick. Well, it's been a rotten piece of form here for Southampton over the years. Liverpool are unbeaten in their last 8 Premier League head-to-heads at Anfield against Southampton. The promising sign for the Saints is that the last 6 of them games, Liverpool had managed to keep clean sheets, and they've already broke that deadlock here with 1 goal from Adams. So it's a positive step, and we've seen that they can really break through Liverpool's defence if they get balls into the right areas. As Jurgen Klopp's on our screens here, just looking a bit cautious as Harvey Elliott receives a nasty blow going down. Still down. Harvey Elliott, now he's back to his feet, but he looks as though he's taking a nasty knock to the chin. Coming together with a Saints player in the centre of the pitch, but it's going to be a drop ball signalled by Simon Hooper, and Southampton will get things back underway. Liverpool with plenty of the possession in this first half, almost 70% possession, and more chances, almost double the chances that Southampton have had. As Kaleta-Kar going for that long diagonal again towards Elyounoussi, but it's not accurate, and they go straight towards Alisson Becker. Alisson going to roll the ball out to Fabinho. Surrounded by 2 Saints shirts, it was a potentially dangerous ball if the Saints players were alert in time. And here he is again, the ball towards Fabinho, just trying to draw a little bit of space, I think, for Van Dijk to play it towards Gomez and for Liverpool to advance into the Southampton half. And it's a smart ball by Mohamed Salah as he receives the ball to Harvey Elliott. Elliott trying to run in, but it's good defending from their skipper, Ward-Prowse, who can cut out the danger. Is Armstrong surrounded by 3 shirts. Harvey Elliott gets back to his feet from that initial chance and tries to force the throw, and he does so. And the referee, I think, is going to call a quick throw in from Southampton back as there was another ball on the pitch. Well, that came out of absolutely nothing. Alexander-Arnold picks out Mohamed Salah, and a first touch guides it in towards Harvey Elliott. Perraud and Ward-Prowse are really panicking, but Ward-Prowse is there in time just to snatch the ball away, and also Latvia was just behind to mop up any sort of damage, but only as far as a Southampton throw, almost next to the halfway line. Van Dijk gets on the end of the throw, and he's just going to do a long direct ball towards Darwin Núñez. Southampton switch off, and the ball can find its way towards Mohamed Salah, but it's a poor touch from the Egyptian. We don't hear that too many times, and it's just opened up towards Bella Kotchap at a crucial moment, and here's Lavia, manages to skip it past Joe Gomez brilliantly, who's really ran out of position to try and win the ball high for Liverpool. And it looks like Roberto Firmino is going to force that press on Kotchap again. Salisa towards Lavia, whereas Ward-Prowse is waiting in the centre circle. Here he is again. Quick 1-2s between the two midfielders, and Ward-Prowse switches it to the right-hand side, where El Yunusi is waiting. El Yunusi, an extra touch given, and gets a dangerous crossing again towards Adam Armstrong. Can't get the right connection on the ball in that time, as there was a red shirt just behind him. But like I said a few minutes ago, most of the dangers come from Southampton's right side when El Yunusi can get on the ball, and he's managed to whip in on a couple of occasions some dangerous deliveries where Liverpool look to be scrambling. A goal kick nonetheless, and here's Thiago on the edge of an Alisson ball. He'll play it to Gomez. Gomez switched to Andy Robertson. Roberto Firmino just ahead of Robertson, who's going to just guide the ball away from El Yunusi brilliantly. Firmino almost baiting in El Yunusi to really attempt to get a tackle and create a little bit of space. And here's Andy Robertson, who's managed to try and pick out Harvey Elliott with a late run that time, but it's good tracking back from Mohamed Salisu before Elliott could really pull the trigger on Galvin Bazunu, and Bazunu's going to pass it from the back this time to Kaleta towards Kotchap, but Kotchap forced by the press from Liverpool. They can win the ball high with a throw-in. Firmino gets on the ball with Thiago just in behind, about 40 yards out, who will switch it to Alexander-Arnold, who's in plenty of space here as he approaches the Southampton right. He'll play it back towards Gomez and stay further forward. He's making this late run completely unmarked. If Liverpool can pick him out, and the man who could pick him out here is Thiago. He's just on the ball on the halfway line. He's going to go short to Firmino. Firmino can pick out Andy Robertson on the edge of the box. It's a dangerous cross, and it's a goal again. Darwin Núñez gets on the end of the Robertson cross. Liverpool 3-1. Brilliant football down the left channel from Liverpool. Their left back, Andy Robertson, makes a late run. Firmino picks him out absolutely brilliantly, catches the Saints completely off guard, and it's a cross right into the centre of the box. And Darwin Núñez has managed to bag a brace here only in the first half. As we watch the replay, Roberto Firmino dropping into those deep pockets and manages to find a ball to Andy Robertson, who can slot it towards Darwin Núñez completely unmarked, and Kaleta can't catch up to the Uruguayan. Robertson, a low-driven ball, and Núñez cut it back across Bazunu into the bottom left-hand corner, and Liverpool are 3-1 with only a few minutes before the end of the first half. They've really stamped their authority on this game, and Núñez has had a fantastic few weeks really for Liverpool. Manages to get that crucial penalty in the shootout against Derby County. It almost looked like it was saved in that game. And now he's managed to bag a brace to really take Liverpool that extra step further away from Southampton here, as they've got it all to do to get back into this game. Here's Thiago, a no-look pass from Thiago on the edge of the box as Southampton go for these long balls towards Shea Adams, and it's not working straight from kickoff, and Liverpool can snatch the possession back. Fabinho ought to go back to Alisson, and only Shea Adams and Adam Armstrong are staying upfield here for Southampton, and Liverpool can just pass their way really carelessly out of trouble. Joe Gomez has Harvey Elliott, where Alexander-Arnold should be playing, as Trent is in an advanced position here. Then right back, Southampton can intercept in the centre of the pitch here, but again trying to give these long balls towards Armstrong, but it's not going to work. But Liverpool, really poor ball, it looks as though, from Gomez right towards Latvia. is exactly what Southampton need. It's a lack of complacency. Liverpool can snatch the ball away from Southampton again as they try and play their way out of trouble. A long direct ball from Thiago towards Nunes. And it looks as though, I think Salisu might have actually slipped. Andy Robertson trying to snatch on the ball, but it's going to be given for a Southampton free kick. It was really fortunate for the Saints. Only a minute before half time. Andy Robertson looking very lively down this left channel when he can get on the end of the ball. And we've seen already 2 assists from the Scotsman. This Southampton with Ward-Prowse. He's going to combine with Che Adams, who's just dropping a little bit deeper into midfield to get on the end of the ball. He's got El Yunusi on this right channel again. He's Kochap to Ward-Prowse, who's got Lavia just ahead of him. Mohamed Salisu playing towards Armstrong. Salisu again. Quick 1-2s between the two players. Creating some space for Ward-Prowse if he can get on the ball for Armstrong. He does so just outside of the centre circle. He played to Bella Kochap. Bella Kochap long diagonal towards Gomez. It's not a great clearance from Joe Gomez. He's trying to play the ball down towards Fabinho. And Che Adams takes a snapshot as he dispossesses Fabinho. But I think the flag's going to be actually called up for a foul in the process to that. Che Adams actually might have taken a nasty knock as well. He's just holding his teeth there, Che Adams. I think he might have actually spit in a tooth out. He's holding it and looking a bit cautious as we approach the replay here. Fabinho was just completely caught off guard and was actually fouled in the end. Che Adams making the contact with Fabinho rather than the ball in the box and completely clattering the Liverpool midfielder, but does get a shot across. It doesn't go in the back of the net, but it's something for Liverpool to just watch out for. They're looking a little bit too complacent, especially since going 3 goals up to Southampton's 1. Which can be the case for Liverpool this season, where they look a bit lethargic on the ball and look as though the game has already been won. And here's Firmino, gets on the ball on the left-hand channel. Robertson making a darting run inside of Firmino. He has Thiago just behind him. He'll slot it back over 1-2 to Robertson. It's a deep cross that time, while Harvey Elliott's waiting, but it's not going to be an accurate one. 2 added minutes at the end of the first half was brandished during that interval. We've already played 1 of it here, so 46 minutes gone. Liverpool 3, Southampton 1. Andy Robertson on our screens now in this really highly advanced position, trying to keep the press on Southampton. He's barking orders, you can see, I think to Trent Alexander-Arnold, just to say provide an overlap. You can see him signalling he wants those overlaps with him and Harvey Elliott. It looks as though he's trying to signal. Here's Bazunu with a long ball again towards Adams, but it's intercepted. Southampton finally win the second ball with Armstrong, but it's going to be a loose pass and go out for a Liverpool throw-in about 30 yards into their own half. And Alexander-Arnold's just going to play a simple throw-in, no pressure towards Joe Gomez. And here's Van Dijk. Van Dijk again, just a lack of urgency from the Saints as the clock approaches the end of the first half here, with Alexander-Arnold playing it towards Gomez. And I think the referee might take this time to blow the whistle, and he does so. Well, it's been an exciting first half that exploded into life from a set piece in about the 6th minute of the first half. Andy Robertson, an in-swinger into the box, where Roberto Firmino was waiting to slot the ball and glance it into the bottom left-hand corner. A few more chances brought it up a gear, and Darwin Núñez managed to bag a brace 20 minutes apart each goal in the 21st minute. And finally, just before the half-time, Andy Robertson could find the Uruguayan and slot things into the back of the net. And Liverpool look to be in the driving seat here at Anfield. The half-time score is Liverpool 3, Southampton. been very vital for Southampton this season. Got them back into this game before Darwin Núñez managed to bag a brace throughout the rest of the first half. The 21st minute getting on a Harvey Elliott cross, a delightful finish. Likewise, Andy Robertson getting his second assist of this afternoon, slotting the ball into the back of the net. And Darwin Núñez, what an impressive season he's had so far for Liverpool. 4 goals in his 10 matches in the Premier League. Of course, he missed a couple due to that altercation against Crystal Palace, where he's managed to hit a bit of form here at a crucial moment for Liverpool to really end things on a high before the World Cup starts, as the second half is now underway here at Anfield. Of course, Jurgen Klopp being notable for being on the touchline this afternoon. Pep Lijnders probably dictating the team in the dressing room throughout those 15 minutes as Klopp sits back down on our screens here. Liverpool will sit back down and control the game here with Alisson Becker on the ball. And he'll get the ball to Joe Gomez. Gomez just signalling to Alexander-Arnold on this right channel to get a little bit further forwards and provide an option. The ball finds its way to Thiago, slotting in. There's almost a third centre-back here. We'll pass it to the left-hand side where Darwin Núñez tries to get on a long diagonal ball this time from Harvey Elliott, but Gavin Bazunu is there in time. Who had a very frantic first half, plenty of saves and plenty of crucial touches to keep the score really as it is. And Mohamed Salah been denied with a brilliant save from the goalkeeper. Of course, Mohamed Salah scored 5 goals in his last 4 matches, and he's trying to add to that here. He's had plenty of involvement in front of goal against Southampton. Southampton get the ball here. And a dangerous ball all the way from Lavia towards Armstrong, who takes a snapshot in the box, and Alisson Becker's just there in time. Really against the run of play. Liverpool give the ball away to Salisu, who plays the ball to Lavia, and Alexander-Arnold is keeping Armstrong on, completely onside. Alexander-Arnold has switched off and allows that shot to come across. Good hands from Alisson in the end as the shot really was down the throat of the goalkeeper. But again, I mentioned at the end of the first half, just that lethargic approach and that lack of just maybe the complacency from Liverpool can really cost them if they don't switch on in this second half. And here's Harvey Elliott from the goal kick. It's on the halfway line. He'll play it towards Fabinho, and a long direct ball towards Andy Robertson, who's playing level with the Brazilian. Robertson again on the left-hand side. He chooses to take on El Yunusi, but he's forced to go back towards Thiago. Thiago with some inventive pass towards Núñez. It's going to looks as though win the ball from a player. Looks as though there was going to be a foul, but the Southampton players surrounding Simon Hooper, but players allowed to go on. It looks as though Thiago and I think Núñez might have taken an extra touch on a Southampton player, but the referee saying there wasn't anything in it here, and Liverpool will get things underway. And Núñez fighting for the ball on the edge of the Southampton box. He's taking on 1, 2, 3 players there on the edge, and Latvia can just about get it away in time, and Liverpool will receive the ball from the clearance with Alisson. Alisson sending it straight back in towards Thiago on this left side. He'll do a direct pass towards Andy Robertson. He's got Firmino on the overlap. Robertson chooses to take on El Yunusi that time, but he's intercepted, and Firmino tries to fight for the ball and manages to win his side a corner. Brilliant pressing from the Brazilian. I think it might have been a nasty tumble between Robertson and Bella Kotchap when they were both holding each other up here as we watch the replay. Robertson manages to play the ball right through the legs, and Robertson just fumbles into Bella Kotchap as he's trying to get past the defender. I think it might have just taken the wind out of him as Robertson's knee sort of collides into the ribs of Bella Kotchap. It's a nasty one to take, but he's back to his feet now. Just must have taken the wind out of him as Liverpool get the corner underway. It's a direct ball towards the near post, and it's going to be cleared again, I think, for another corner kick. Plenty of shirts for Liverpool trying to get on the end of that cross. Thiago and Núñez, just to name a few. Andy Robertson 2 assists this game, trying to make it a third. Plenty of height to aim for in the box for Liverpool. Robertson, ball in again. Firmino gets his head on the ball. Oh, and it's almost into the back of the net. It's just over the bar. But again, Roberto Firmino, a couple of times this game, he's managed to find these little gaps, and he does again here towards the near post. And it looks as though Duj Kaleta-Car completely switches off. A case of just losing his man. Firmino running into this little space. Carr doesn't spot the Brazilian early enough, and Firmino just can't guide the ball low like he wanted. It'll go over the bar. Fortunate for Southampton, unlucky for Liverpool. Southampton take a goal kick, and again, similar to the first half, where they were going for long direct balls towards Shea Adams, and they get dispossessed on the second ball again. Here's Fabinho, can control it in the midfield. He'll play it back towards Virgil van Dijk, playing almost on the halfway line, that high line that Liverpool we are very used to. Alexander-Arnold goes for an interesting pass towards Fabinho, but it's not a great one, and intercepted from Southampton, but Joe Gomez can recover in time and slot it towards Salah. Salah with an inventive diagonal ball towards Nunez. Almost pulls off, but intercepted in time by a blue shirt. And Robertson provides the overlap with the one ball on the left side. He'll play it to Thiago, who has Nunez just ahead of him. Liverpool just trying to bring the paces up a bit here with 50 minutes gone. Liverpool 3, Southampton 1. Harvey Elliott receiving the ball and just drops the shoulder there and beats Lavia to the ball in the centre circle and can win his side a free kick as Lavia just leaves a trailing leg on Harvey Elliott. Liverpool opt to play it fast towards Mohamed Salah. Salah play it back towards Fabinho. Fabinho, a direct ball to Salah again in plenty of space on the edge of the Southampton box on this right-hand side. Gets the crosser with his right foot. It's just about cleared, only as far as Harvey Elliott on the edge of the box again, in a similar position to where he managed to find Darwin Nunez in the first half, but it's thankfully intercepted this time by Romain Perraud just in time. Perraud is really forced into conceding, I think, a goal kick in the end. To his delight, actually, as Mohamed Salah was barrelling down on the left back. He's just played it off the Egyptian to win his side. A little bit of pressure and a little bit of time, really, as Liverpool looking very dangerous. It was a simple one from Fabinho. Fabinho just launches the ball over to the right channel when Mohamed Salah is completely unmarked. Gets across him with his right foot, but it's good defending in the end from Southampton, and they win the ball here with Latvia. Roberto Firmino dropping into midfield and snatches it away from Latvia, who likewise tries to win it back from Firmino. Advantage given to Liverpool as he felt like there was too much contact on Roberto Firmino. Mohamed Salah gets on things and he will slow it down and play it back to Alexander-Arnold, waiting for the reinforcements of Liverpool. And quick football here between Fabinho and Alexander-Arnold, who's slotting it towards Firmino. Firmino just trying to guide this on the blind side of Bella Kotchap, but Kotchap holds the ball up well and can intercept and find Shea Adams, who's slotting into a midfield role to get on the ball and is holding up 3 red shirts brilliantly. Shea Adams does so well to alleviate the danger and give Southampton possession as Darwin Nunez puts the pressure on Bazunu. Bazunu gets it out of his feet in time. The Uruguayan was barreling down on him. Southampton can run away with the ball, fortunately, with Lavia. And Lavia will play it back towards Salisu. Salisu switches the ball to Perraud brilliantly. Good touch from the left back, who's just got Salisu behind him. Here's Stuart Armstrong. Just playing in behind Adams, and Perraud makes an overlapping run. It's a dangerous cross that time. Fizzed into the box. Plenty of hanging time with the ball there. Van Dijk will just send it straight back out to the box, only as far as Armstrong again. Ward-Prowse provides support on this left-hand side. Alexander-Arnold cut out by the pass. His Perraud on the overlap, cuts it back towards Adam Armstrong. Tries to play it across Alisson. But good interception in the end from Liverpool, and Harvey Elliott can try and break on the counter-attack here with Firmino. Plays it to Salah on that right side. He's got plenty of shirts to beat here. He'll have to go and choose Elliott, provide support. I'll switch brilliantly from Harvey Elliott. The number 19 can pick out Virgil van Dijk, who's taking a few extra steps into the Southampton box, more than usual. Thiago opting to do some defensive duties, whilst Van Dijk hangs around on the edge of the Southampton box, maybe trying to get on the end of a cross, or expecting one here as the ball is switched to Alexander-Arnold. He'll slot it to Fabinho. Fabinho back to Van Dijk, who's slowly getting back to his usual position here as he's awaiting an option in Thiago. Thiago drops the shoulder and beats 2 Southampton players in about 40 yards out, can switch it towards Harvey Elliott on the right. Elliott held up by Perraud. Elliott got Alexander-Arnold just behind him. It's a great cross towards Mohamed Salah. Oh, and just a little bit of a mix-up between Salah and Thiago, I think, of who's actually going to deliver the final strike there on goal. And just that little mix-up made it a bit indecisive. And Salah, and it looks straight towards Thiago. He heads it over the bar. But it's great play from Liverpool. And you can just see a few smiles between Thiago and Salah, as they both had the same idea, but just the wrong execution. A little bit of a mix-up. Must have took both players off balance in the end, but again, a dangerous and promising attack from the home side here, as Jurgen Klopp is on our screens, watching with deep concentration and deep thought. Gomez, dispossessed this time by Adams, and Fabinho trying to provide support as Southampton try and attack here. This ball slotted towards Perraud and Alexander-Arnold. Great defending, great recovery from the Englishman. Can see that out for a goal kick. Of course, Alexander-Arnold really known for his attacking capabilities and is very questionable in terms of defence over this season so far. He's been criticised many a times, especially since the call-up by Gareth Southgate for the World Cup in Qatar. All eyes will be on the Englishman. Fabinho wins the ball in midfield to pass that to Thiago. Thiago dispossessed. Good tackle from Adam Armstrong. And Southampton can break on the transition here as Armstrong waits his fellow counterpart in Stuart. Stuart Armstrong forced by the press by Alexander-Arnold and stabs it away for a Southampton throw-in, almost next to the corner flag here. Ball is stuck to this left channel with Salisu. Good pass towards Lavia, and he'll play it to Kaleta, who's, of course, on a yellow card after that foul on the 5th minute mark. Well, it actually led to the first Liverpool goal, and Thiago can snatch the ball away from El Yunusi here. Liverpool can try and counter with Darwin Núñez on the left. He tries to take on Bella-Kotche. Oh, it's great defending for Bella-Kotche. Just in the end, gets that vital touch before Núñez could take it around him. Good defending from the number 37. Out for a goal kick, but Núñez looking very, very lively. Of course, he's on a hat-trick. He hasn't had one yet for Liverpool. He'll be looking to try and make a statement here. And so, well, Nathan Jones, as he's lining up, it looks as though 3 substitutions. I see Theo Walcott and Ainsley Maitland-Niles stripped down and ready to come on with a 3rd substitute there as well. Could be a case, I think it might be Diallo, who is also the 3rd substitute here, really trying to take a statement here and get back into this game. It's really been dragged away for them about halfway through the first half. Liverpool really dominating in terms of possession and really winning the second balls. Maybe a case of switching it in the midfield, adding a little bit more pace maybe on the wings with Theo Walcott is Roberto Firmino. Dispossessed by Ward-Prowse on this right-hand side here. Plenty of shirts. All the game has really been dominated in this area over the past 5 minutes. And I think Nathan Jones is going to take this opportunity to make these substitutions. It's actually Edozie who's going to be coming on. Stuart Armstrong making way for Theo Walcott. This could be a straight substitution, like for like. Walcott now in the sort of later stages of his career. And back to Southampton. He had plenty of spells with Arsenal and Everton. Another substitution for Adam Armstrong. Both Armstrongs coming off. Edozie coming on. And the final substitute, Maitland-Niles, coming all the way from Arsenal, of course. And I think it's going to be Kaleta going to be coming off. And it is Kaleta. A few claps to the Southampton supporters who made that long trip all the way from down south to the northwest of Maitland-Niles. I think just signalling there to his players with a free. Maybe a change in formation here could be expected. Could be a free at the back. Try and provide a bit more depth in the midfield for Southampton. His play is back underway now here at Anfield. Joe Gomez is held up by Shea Adams. Shea Adams can switch the ball here to Edozie. He's going to get his first few touches held up by Alexander-Arnold. And just a slip from Edozie. Alexander-Arnold staying very calm and not committing to the challenge. And the ball will go out for a goal kick. And Alisson taking It's time to just get to that ball. As we approach the hour mark here, Liverpool 3, Southampton 1. Goals from Núñez, a brace from the Uruguayan, and a goal from Roberto Firmino in the 6-minute mark, really being the difference so far from that Shea Adams equaliser. As Van Dijk, he picks out Alexander-Arnold. As Southampton, you can clearly see they want to operate that high press now on Liverpool. Theo Walcott and Edozie trying to force these errors, and Harvey Elliott gets the ball on the halfway line. Intercepted by Lavia, and Lavia can draw in the Englishman and draw a foul. A good promising position here as Southampton just reorganise themselves and snatch the ball away. A little bit more possession is probably needed here to get back into this one. Here's Salisu. Salisu plays it towards Bella Kotchap, and Kotchap, quick 1-2 with his fellow centre-back there, trying a long diagonal towards Edozie again. Trent Alexander-Arnold manages to intercept, and it's a direct ball towards Salah, who's going to be penalised here for a foul, saying that he's a bit too aggressive alongside Romain Perraud that time, trying to take on Perraud. Mohamed Salah actually won the ball brilliantly, and to be honest, I think Salah might have a point here, as there wasn't too much contact in the foul, but the referee gets things underway again. Salah doesn't make too much of a meal of it as Liverpool try and snatch the ball away from Southampton. Elyounoussi operating almost in the central role at the moment here. Southampton can get a dangerous cross in on the right channel, and Van Dijk, wasting no time and just getting his left foot on it, and clears the ball about 20 yards away for a throw-in. Theo Walcott that time getting the cross in for Southampton. And here they are, holding possession, holding a high line as well. There's that free at the back. It's almost Perraud is playing alongside Salisu and Bella Kotchap now. Edozie, the substitute, can combine well. Southampton have a chance on goal. Oh, what a save that is from Alisson Becker. Southampton carve open Liverpool's midfield and get a chance on goal. Edozie combining well on Southampton's left-hand side, and Alisson Becker, what a tackle that is, and Liverpool could be on the counter-attack here. Mohamed Salah snatches away from Bella Kotchap. Mohamed Salah, he slips, he's still got the ball on his feet, he wants a penalty. Mohamed Salah, he feels like he was tripped, he got back to his feet, and he's very, very furious with the referee. Simon Hooper waves things away, plays allowed to go on, and now Southampton can counter-attack themselves. It's end-to-end here these past few minutes. Here's Lavia, going to send the ball to the right-hand side. Maitland-Niles just about keeps it in play. Southampton control it with Ward-Prowse. Ward-Prowse has got Elyounoussi, who is operating in that central role alongside the Englishman. Here he is, Elyounoussi. He's got Perraud to his left alongside Edozie. Edozie, good touch from the substitute. It's a quick 1-2. It's another great save from Alisson Becker. Edozie strikes it, and Alisson Becker stays strong. He stays tall and keeps it at 3-1. Two vital saves from the Brazilian have kept Liverpool that 2-goal buffer. Southampton are looking really lively since those substitutions that Nathan Jones has made. Wow, what an impact that Edozie has had. Here's Alisson Becker on the ball again, forced by the press from Southampton. He'll play it towards Joe Gomez on the right. Gomez will cut it back into the centre of the pitch where Fabinho is waiting alongside him, and Thiago gets the ball and can slot it towards Firmino. Firmino, a few extra touches allowed and granted by Southampton towards Darwin Núñez. Núñez will play it backwards towards Andy Robertson. Here's Fabinho. Fabinho to Alexander-Arnold in that inverted full-back position as he slots in and tries to find an opening through the centre of the pitch. He can't in the end. He's going to have to go back to Virgil van Dijk. Thiago tries to scoop the ball towards Núñez on the left channel, and intercepted well, this time by Maitland-Niles in the defensive duties. Southampton play it back towards their goalkeeper, Bazunu, who's going to go for a long ball towards Edozie. Alexander-Arnold, good header. Well, intercepted from Southampton, and a poor ball towards Edozie again from their back line, and Alexander-Arnold is allowed to snatch the ball back. As we just watch the replay here from that initial chance, it was a counter-attack after a tremendous save from Alisson, and it's just a fumble from Bella Kotchap. He stumbles and hesitates. Mohamed Salah latches onto it. Salah goes for the shot, and Bella Kotchap puts enough pressure on him, and I think you have to say Salah just slips as he's going to really pull the trigger. It's good defending in the end from Bella Kotchap, and plays back underway here. Southampton, a long ball towards Theo Walcott that time. Van Dijk holds up Shea Adams, who nearly latched onto the pass and clears away. Van Dijk, good defending in the air. Shea Adams goes straight to the referee, Simon Hooper. I think he's claiming that there was too much of contact between him and Van Dijk. It didn't look as though from the referee's liking, and it'll go out for a Southampton throw-in on the right-hand side near the corner flag. They're going to take it very fast, and it's a long looping header from James Ward-Prowse, who gets on the end of the ball. It wasn't a great throw-in in the end. Darwin Núñez gets the ball, and he's driving forward towards Maitland-Niles. It looks as though it's going to go out for a Southampton throw-in in the end. Maitland-Niles, good defensive duties, and forces Núñez out near the halfway line. Ward-Prowse back towards their goalkeeper, Bazunu, who's forced by the press from Roberto Firmino. He's got to be careful. Firmino, very, very familiar with that pressing game. And here he is again. Bazunu, 3 red shirts surround him. He's going to have to scoop the ball into the midfield, but it's a delicate one this time rather than launching it towards Shea Adams. Adams drops in deeply. It's a poor pass from Ward-Prowse. Oh, and that's a poor, clumsy challenge from Mohamed Salisu on Harvey Elliott, who latches onto a poor pass in the centre of the pitch. Harvey Elliott snatches onto the ball, and Salisu clatters Harvey Elliott just outside the centre circle. Ward-Prowse, he wasn't looking, as you can see from the replay, where Salisu was. Harvey Elliott snatches onto it, has to commit, but a foul will be given, and a yellow card will be given, the second one of this afternoon. 65 minutes gone for Salisu. Liverpool take it quick, and Joe Gomez gets on the ball. He's got Elliott waiting for him on this right side with Alexander-Arnold. A quick 1-2 between the two players. Harvey Elliott can pick out Núñez again. He's on a hat-trick. Oh, it's good goalkeeping from Bazunu in the end. Núñez was just trying to get it on his right foot, it looks as though. Maitland-Niles covers brilliantly, stops the right side from being opened up by the Uruguayan, and Bazunu blocks the left channel and can snatch the ball away from Darwin Núñez. Good defending and good goalkeeping again from Southampton. Here's Perraud, who's going to have to go back towards Salisu. Salisu forced by the press here towards Bella Kotchap, and he's got Maitland-Niles there. Here he is on this right channel. Núñez trying to provide support for Robertson with Thiago just in behind, cutting off any sort of passing lane here. Liverpool trying to make it very difficult to play through, but Southampton doing it brilliantly here with El Yunusi, finding these little passes towards Edozie. Edozie takes on Alexander-Arnold, but I think the ball's just ran out of play in time there. Good defence from Alexander-Arnold, and Alisson will calm things down for a goal kick. Well, Edozie's been really involved from the offset since coming on, as we watch an earlier chance. From that chance initially that really broke things off as soon as the substitutions came on, Edozie was a quick 1-2 between him, El Yunusi, who can slot it into Perraud, who took a stab at goal, and Alisson Becker stays strong, stays tall, and makes a vital save. And Liverpool will make this opportunity to have their first substitution here. Harvey Elliott, after that challenge a few moments ago, is going to come off the pitch. He's played quite a few minutes this week, especially after that game against Derby County, coming on late and nearly grabbing the winner in the end. He got the penalty that actually took them through, the 5th penalty against Derby County. He's coming off rather for James Milner. Plenty of experience here, and the captain's armband is going to be going his way. James Milner, now 36 years old, over 20 years in the Premier League here, coming on. Usually coming on now to try and break things up for Southampton. Here is Alexander-Arnold, gets on the ball in the centre of the pitch and tries outside of the boot towards Mohamed Salah. It doesn't pull off in the end. Good interception that time from Lavia, who will play it back to Ward-Prowse, who's in almost a centre defensive midfield role, trying to get on the ball and trying to create things for Southampton. He'll have to go to Lavia again. Lavia 1-2 with Shea Adams. Adams wants the run to continue from Lavia, but he doesn't provide it, and Liverpool can snatch it on the counter-attack. Here's Milner in advanced position. Switches it left to Robertson. Robertson, plenty of time on the ball. He cuts inside. Has Núñez on the edge of the box. 1-2 with Núñez and Salah, but he opts to go for Alexander-Arnold over the overlapping run that time. Salah can't find him. The Saints cut off that passing lane brilliantly and can alleviate that danger. Robertson opting for a different approach rather than the cross that I think everyone was expecting. Alexander-Arnold in plenty of space, but the pass wasn't great from Salah. Here come Liverpool again as Maitland-Niles tries to switch it towards Adams, but it's intercepted this time. Núñez with one or two flicks over blue shirts, trying to get some space for himself. Intercepted, and Firmino will continue the press, and Bazunu can switch it to Perraud, who's just about keeping it in play here. Just about Salah forcing the press on the number 15, and here's Lavia trying to hold his hands in front of him whilst he's running with the ball. I think just trying to tell his players to calm things down, and they can find their opportunities maybe on this right channel as Walcott combines with Maitland-Niles with the overlapping run. Here's Walcott, quick 1-2. Theo Walcott held up by Darwin Núñez. Both players, of course, notable for their pace. Maitland-Niles, good cross in, but Van Dijk can intercept and hoof the ball clear only as far as Lavia. 70 minutes played here. Liverpool 1, Southampton 1. Liverpool 3, rather. It's been a hectic game. Milner hoofs the ball towards Roberto Firmino. He's managed to bring the ball down brilliantly, Firmino, and it could be on a counter-attack here for Liverpool. Gets the cross in, but it's intercepted just in time, and it'll go for a Liverpool corner. What an opportunity that is, and it really came from nothing. James Milner receives the ball and just hoofs it towards the area that Firmino is in. He's inside his own half, so there's no element of offside from Roberto Firmino on this right channel, and he can just scoop it down and force a counter-attack. Tries to get the cross in, but it's intercepted at a crucial moment for Southampton, only as far as a Liverpool corner. Romeo Lavia that time with the block. Alexander-Arnold is going to stand over this one instead of Andy Robertson. Going to be an in-swinger. Robertson on the edge of the box here, tries to get on the ball. And cleared from Southampton. Gomez sends it back towards Robertson. One touch. Going to send it straight away towards Van Dijk. Van Dijk with a header. Oh, it's cut across goal, but it's just gone wide. Virgil van Dijk nearly getting things really put to bed for Liverpool. But it's a great delivery from Andy Robertson. Southampton breathe a sigh of relief that the header's just wide. There was nothing that the goalkeeper could have done about it. It was direct from Virgil van Dijk, cutting back across Bazunu, who's expecting the ball to be glanced towards Firmino, and he manages to cover the goal in time, but it's just gone wide, and Liverpool unfortunate to not go 4 goals to 1 here, and I think another substitution will be coming Southampton's way. It looks as though that is the case, and I think Bella Kotchap is going to be coming off, and he is, and yes, it is. Lyanco is going to be coming on instead. .72 minutes played, a 4th substitution for Southampton. 4 changes to try and get them back into this game here as Perraud takes a throw in next to the dugout in front of Nathan Jones. Mayo Lavia trying to head it towards Ward-Prowse, but Thiago battling with the midfielder, can win the ball back for his side. Robertson tries to continue the press forward, but it's intercepted, and it will go out for a Liverpool throw just past the halfway line. It's Thiago playing it to Gomez. A quick pass from Alexander-Arnold, can beat 3 blue shirts to Salah. 1-2 with Firmino. Salah cuts inside, tries to win the ball. He's nearly fumbled his way in towards James Milner, but Salah can hold on to the ball. He's drifting over to the left-hand side, dribbling away from Ward-Prowse. Here he is again. Quick 1-2 with Robertson. He can play it towards Thiago on the edge of the box. Thiago tries to slot it towards Milner. Milner tries to control it down. It was scooped in the air a little bit from the substitute. Milner just can't keep it under control. A heavy touch from Andy Robertson towards Jay Adams. And it's very fortunate that Adams couldn't keep the ball under control. It'll go out for a Liverpool throw. And Southampton could have broke on the counter-attack there if Adams was a little bit faster towards the ball. Oxlade-Chamberlain on our screens now looks to be coming on. He's stripped down and ready. Could be another midfielder coming off. And could be expecting maybe Fabinho to be coming off with the World Cup looming for him and Roberto Firmino. Here's Van Dijk. A long direct ball to the left channel where Robertson and Núñez were almost matching each other in terms of speed. right next to each other to get on the end of that pass, but Southampton can clear. Ward-Prowse on the right side, trying to slot it towards Theo Walcott. Van Dijk beating in for pace there, but it's not a great clearance from Van Dijk. Walcott again on the end of the ball, and here's El Yunusi, drags it back. Great skill from El Yunusi, can get it towards the right channel where the cross comes in again from his Maitland-Niles that time, and the cross is really not an accurate one. It'll go straight out for a goal kick, and Liverpool will make this opportunity to make another substitution. It's Roberto Firmino coming off for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Well, Firmino had a great season so far for Liverpool in terms of goal scoring compared to his last. Got really breaking the deadlock in the 6-minute mark, getting on the end of an Andy Robertson cross. Plenty of headers from Firmino this season, which he's known for. It's surprisingly good in the air, Firmino, despite that lack of height compared to other strikers in the Premier League. Oxlade-Chamberlain back in the... He's really struggled for fitness since that time, but does crop up with that pace and creativity that Liverpool needs sometimes. He's going to be playing in behind, a straight for like substitution. He's just in behind Mohamed Salah and Darwin Núñez. And here's play back underway as Lyanco can find Adoze substitute to substitute. Alanusi, held up well by Fabinho. Play it back towards Lavia, who switches the play, a long diagonal to the right channel where Maitland-Niles is waiting. He's going to play it back towards Ward-Prowse just at the centre circle. Latvia gets on the end of the ball as well. Ward-Prowse and him, like for like, right next to each other there, trying to spread things out for Southampton. Ward-Prowse, smart ball in towards Theo Walcott, playing just next to Fabinho on the edge of the box. Plays it towards Maitland-Niles. Good cross in. Great save. Shea Adams header. Oh, Alisson Becker. 3 vital saves this afternoon. Has kept the score at 3-1. Shea Adams is shaking his head in disbelief. He cannot believe Alisson has got things down there and got down in time to stop the ball from going in the back of the net. You have to say, it looked certain to be going in. Alisson, I think he looks surprised as well as we approach the replay. Theo Walcott slots it into Maitland-Niles. Great crossing. Adams cuts it across. Alisson heads it down. He does everything right, Shea Adams. Heads it down. Alisson with a stretching arm. He just gets there in time, and Alexander-Arnold can clear. Still shaking his head, Alisson. I think he can't believe it himself as Southampton have a set piece on their left-hand side, about 30 yards out, almost touching the throwing line. 77 minutes played here as it comes in again. Ward-Prowse, a similar position to where they scored. It comes across goal. Oh, and it nearly finds its way towards Lyanco. A deft touch from one of the Southampton player heads towards Lyanco. I think it was actually Salisu who got the glancing header. As you watch it, Perrault overlaps and lets Ward-Prowse take it. It's a similar position to where they actually scored with Shea Adams in the 9th minute. Almost carbon copy, but it glances over towards Lyanco. Stretching leg, can't get on the end of that Saliso header, and things will stay at 3-1, and Liverpool can win a free kick in their own half here. Oxlade-Chamberlain on the right side, just alongside Fabinho, is fouled, and Liverpool will play it quick towards Thiago. Thiago plays it back towards Gomez. It's a dangerous ball, and Gomez isn't looking that Shea Adams was approaching that ball from the back pass. Alisson sending it clear towards Darwin Núñez, and Núñez can't get his head on the ball. It's going to go towards Lyanco. Lyanco towards Lavia. Lavia slotting in a centre-back role here. He's been involved in the midfield all afternoon, telling Lyanco to switch it to Maitland-Niles, but he's up to go back to his goalkeeper. His goalkeeper can find Perrault. James Milner getting in the way of that long ball towards Adoze that time. Goes out for a Southampton throw just in front of Pep Linders here on the dugout as Perrault intercepted by Oxlade-Chamberlain. I think it's going to be a silly foul given by Oxlade-Chamberlain. Balls quickly from the Saints, and Salisu just telling Lavia that Maitland-Niles is in plenty of space if he can find him, and he does so. What a pass that is. Maitland-Niles trying to skip it over Thiago, but it's right into the path of Fabinho, and Liverpool could counter-attack it. Oxlade-Chamberlain, quick and tricky feet, can keep it away from three blue shirts. James Milner latches onto the loose ball on the edge of the box, has Salah to his right. Salah takes on Salisu, gets the cross in. Good recovery from the centre-back in time, and it'll go out for a Liverpool corner as Salah whips the ball in with his right foot, skipping it away from Salisu. Very dangerous play from the Egyptian as Liverpool want to get a corner on the way, but I think there's going to be a player down here for Southampton, Theo Walcott. I think there might be a case of cramp here. I think it's for Lavia, right on the edge of the box. After he was chasing James Milner, trying to intercept, I think he might have actually pulled something as we watch the replay. Yeah, you can see there, James Milner skips the ball past Lavia. Lavia's really stretching to try and intercept. It looks as though it's a nasty one. Went the way he stretched his foot. It might be a hamstring, actually, issue that we are seeing here off our screens. Mohamed Salah just having a few words with Van Dijk as well. I think maybe the case of discussing this corner kick coming up. I think the Southampton manager's going to have to make a substitution. It looks like Aribo is going to be coming on in these late stages here as the 80th minute approaches. Liverpool still 3-1. Goals from Firmino and Darwin Núñez being the difference so far to the Shea Adams solitary goal for Southampton. And it looks as though Romeo Lavia is going to be coming off. I think he wants to stay on the pitch, but Nathan Jones, I think maybe a wise decision from the manager is it looked to be a nasty stretch and challenge, really attempt at getting the ball from away from James Milner. A little shake of the head from Lavia. As we approach 9 minutes to go before the 90th minute mark, I expect a few additional minutes to be added on here. There's been plenty of stoppages in terms of injuries in the second half. Aribo coming on for Southampton. Maybe just a case of a bit more quality in the final third of Aribo coming on. Andy Robertson standing over this corner. In front of the Kop. Robertson whips the ball towards the back post where Fabinho is waiting. He can't get his head on the ball that time, Fabinho. I think he's just a bit disappointed in himself there. He looks very disgruntled at that attempt of a header. And Southampton are going to play it quick, actually, with Lyanco. Wasted no time in getting play back underway before the Liverpool players have actually reset their positions. Here's Zunu towards Lyanco. Lyanco, forced by the press of Oxlade-Chamberlain towards Ward-Prowse. Salisu. Lyanco, a long ball right to the heart. Well, Alexander-Arnold can just intercept in time. Joe Gomez getting in Alexander-Arnold's way as he tried to clear it with his left foot. Bit of commotion between the two players there. Here's El Yunusi on the left-hand side, winning the throw-in. He's got Perrault just ahead of him. James Milner holds him up next to the corner flag. It's a great challenge from James Milner. He snatches the ball away. And El Yunusi, a really clumsy challenge on Milner after a great piece of defending from the veteran, the Premier League veteran, has managed to show his expertise here. Of course, he missed the past week due to that concussion that he received in the match against Spurs. Jurgen Klopp's on our screens right now with his microphone, probably screaming orders, it looks as though, for a substitution, and he's going to get one here as Fabio Carvalho has stripped down and ready to come on, just waiting for the next bit of play to stop here as Alisson gets the ball. He's going to scoop it. A quick 1-2 between him and Andy Robertson can provide space for the Scot. Robertson will play it to Darwin Núñez. Núñez holds the ball up, three blue shirts around him, tries the back heel, an inventive one towards Thiago, but it's intercepted. Maitland-Niles wins the ball back for Southampton. Here's Zunu. Salisu to Ward-Prowse, just ahead of the box there, and he has Maitland-Niles to his right. He's going to switch it to him. Niles tries to skip it past Robertson, but Robertson very attuned to what Maitland-Niles was trying to do there and will send it back towards Ward-Prowse, who send it back to his goalkeeper as Liverpool try and keep that press. A late surge of pressure from Liverpool. So he's just setting a little bit more deeper since the substitutions came to fruition. Joe Gomez stumbling into Edozie, and it's going to be a throw-in for Liverpool. Not enough contact for the foul as Edozie went down, expecting Gomez to really commit to a challenge here. Throw-in from Alexander-Arnold to Milner, who's no-nonsense approach at hoofing it towards the Southampton defence, is intercepted and taken under control by Lyenko. He's got Maitland-Niles to his right. He's going to use him. Trying to slot that ball towards Walcott. Walcott snatching it from Robertson. The last touch came from Robertson, actually, and it'll be a Southampton throw-in here. Just about level with the 18-yard box on this right side. Quick throw-in taken from Maitland-Niles as he slotted towards Aribo. Aribo can't keep the ball under control. Maitland-Niles' pass wasn't a great one. Right into the byline. It's going to go out for a Liverpool throw, and I think this is the time they're going to be making their substitutions. There's 3 of them coming on here. It looks as though Tsimikas, Nat Phillips and Carvalho are coming on. Could be a case of Van Dijk going off with the World Cup looming and him getting a little bit of respite in these last few minutes here at Anfield as Southampton actually get things underway and don't allow these substitutions to come in just yet. Ward-Prowse just on the halfway line here. A high line again from Southampton. They're not afraid to try and put Liverpool under pressure, but they're forced back from Darwin Núñez there, nearly snatching the ball away from Southampton's defence. Good turn this time from Theo Walcott. Not enough contact for the referee's liking to warrant the foul, and Liverpool can play their way out of trouble. Robertson playing the ball off Aribo, and it'll be going out for a throw. And I think this might be the time the substitutions are going to be coming into effect. It is, and Andy Robertson, it looks as though we'll be making way. A straight swap for Robertson, for Tsimikas to be coming on. Andy Robertson, 5 minutes to go. Clapping the Anfield crowd, very appreciative of his performance, and Tsimikas slotting in, played in that game against Derby County, very competitive down his left-hand side here, and I think Darwin Núñez is going to be making way. No sign of a hat-trick for Núñez this afternoon, but an impressive performance and very clinical finishing from the Uruguayan as he leaves Anfield before the Christmas break in the World Cup with 2 goals and in fine form. It looks as though Carvalho will be that straight swap on the left-hand side. And Alexander-Arnold will be coming off for Nat Phillips, so that you can expect Joe Gomez to be slotting in as a right-back here in these closing moments at Anfield, with Nat Phillips playing alongside Virgil van Dijk. Alexander-Arnold, a very good game defensively this afternoon, especially since those substitutions as well coming on for Southampton. Ayanusi and Perraud really causing issues for Alexander-Arnold in that second half when Edozie came on to combine with them. The Englishman managed to play out of trouble, and Fabinho sends a ball from the throw-in straight towards Carvalho on the left channel here. He's looking very quick and frantic here for Southampton to contain. Cross comes in from Tsimikas. It looks as though it's going to be a corner. It is so. Tsimikas tries to get the cross in. Maitland-Niles, a vital touch in the end, will send it wide for Liverpool. First few touches for Carvalho. Likewise, playing in that game against Derby. Couldn't really get on the end of things for Jurgen Klopp's side in that game. There's plenty of youngsters to really learn his trade with. Tsimikas' corner towards Van Dijk. Van Dijk with the header! Oh, it's a looping one. It's just gone wide. Van Dijk, I think, is claiming that it's took an extra touch to the referee, but it's waved for a goal kick. It's a great ball, great delivery from Tsimikas. Van Dijk manages to get James Ward-Prowse away from him, and he sends the ball to the right channel. Bazunu, I think he's trying to claim that the goalkeeper got a touch, but looks as though it's a fair decision from the referee in the end. Goes out for a goal kick. A great chance again from a set piece for Liverpool to really put this game to bed as Shea Adams wins a free kick from the goal kick. Just past the halfway line, Ward-Prowse is standing over this one, and you can see him urging his centre-backs to get into the box. He wants every single blue shirt up there. Adams taking his time to get back into the box. I think Alisson is trying to organise his single-man wall here. Ward-Prowse standing over this one. Every blue shirt is up. But he's going to play it short to Maitland-Niles, who's waiting. An interesting touch there from Ward-Prowse, but they've managed to play their way through Liverpool. Here's Edozie, tries to cut it back towards Salisu, cleared by Carvalho that time, only as far as Perraud. Perraud's got Edozie to his left, just near the corner flag. Edozie tries to pick out Salisu. It's good tracking back from James Milner to stop the cross coming in. Appreciated from the Anfield Road end and out for a goal kick. We're just under a minute before the additional time here. Liverpool 3, Southampton 1. James Milner there on our screens. Currently the captain here. The vice captain, as Jordan Henderson isn't featuring this afternoon. Goal kick taken from Alisson as Liverpool combine with Milner on the right side. He can switch it all the way to Oxlade-Chamberlain, and Liverpool can break on this left side if they get it right here. Carvalho has Tsimikas just ahead in an advanced position. Tsimikas held up well. Carvalho provides support with a 1-2. Plays it back towards Thiago. Thiago back to Portuguese. Fabinho. To Thiago, and Thiago a pass towards Salah in the centre circle where Liverpool are operating this high line. A really unusual position to find Mohamed Salah at this point in the game. Milner playing on the overlapping run here for Joe Gomez. Intercepted finally by Edozie, and Southampton could break here on the counter-attack with 4 minutes of added time signalled by the fourth official. Here's El Yunusi, holds up the ball well. He's going to have to switch it across to the right-hand side. This time he can find Maitland-Niles, who will play it to Theo Walcott. Theo Walcott is playing it back towards Ward-Prowse, who's providing support. Liverpool are really making it difficult for Southampton to play through their midfield and sitting back in this low block. Here's Perraud. Perraud held up by Milner. Van Dijk steps forward to try and snatch the ball away, but El Yunusi can slot the ball into the back of the right. Aribo header towards Shea Adams, and Van Dijk just gets there in time, and he'll calmly head it straight towards his goalkeeper, Alisson, taking plenty of time now, of course, in these closing stages to wrap the game up. And Van Dijk signalling to his players here to hold this high line and get further forwards, not allowing Southampton to play in their half of the pitch in these closing few minutes here. Alisson, a long diagonal ball towards Carvalho. It's allowed to bounce by Southampton, and it's a poor pass back from Maitland-Niles. He's really put pressure for his goalkeeper. Bazunu just tries to recover and stop the corner kick coming in. Really, really poor from Maitland-Niles. Just a bit careless from the substitute. Throw in for Liverpool on the left side, just past the halfway line, as Fabinho wins the ball and gets Salah on the edge of the box. Salah cuts in on his left. It's Mohamed Salah. There's just a touch in time as it was going towards the bottom left. You can see the idea. Salah was trying to really get a shot on goal. Perraud holds him up, and Perraud doesn't actually get the touch. It's Lyanko at the last minute gets his back in front of the shot that was going towards the bottom left-hand corner. It's going to be another Liverpool set piece here in these closing stages. Mohamed Salah with a little cheeky grin on his face there. I think he knew that that could have been the moment where he's got his goal. Ball towards Van Dijk again, who can head it down. This time Salisu is in the way and wasn't the most inventive from Van Dijk. He's just trying to get his head on the ball in some form in that aspect. There's plenty of shirts around him as Alisson slows things down here, and it just awaits the pressure from Southampton. Adams finally provides it, and Alisson sends it towards Salah on the edge of the box. Cleared this way from Southampton. Ward-Prowse. A little bit more time for Liverpool, and he'll do a long direct one towards Theo Walcott. Heads it down for Shea Adams. Wants the offside flag, Liverpool, and they're going to get it, as it looks as though Walcott had really just timed his run a little bit too off. With just over a minute to go, Liverpool look to be bagging the 3 points here this afternoon and ending things on a high, really. Nathan Jones looking a little bit disgruntled with his side, just trying to be a little bit more inventive down their right channel. It really came from the left in the second half with the substitution of Edozie. Huge opportunities for the Saints, but Alisson Becker has really been a thorn in their side this afternoon. Here's Thiago. Play towards Van Dijk. And just a short pass towards Oxlade-Chamberlain, who slipped as he's managed to provide the ball for Oxlade-Chamberlain. with a few seconds to go until the full-time whistle can be expected. And the referee, Simon Hooper, puts the whistle into his mouth and he blows for full-time here at Anfield. Well, it was really an explosive first half, all full of goals in those first 45 minutes, and plenty of chances for the visitors in the second half, denied by a superb second half display from Liverpool's goalkeeper Alisson Becker, with 3 vital saves to keep Liverpool 3-1 here this afternoon. Goals from Roberto Firmino breaking the deadlock in the 6th minute from an Andy Robertson set piece on their right-hand side in front of the Anfield Road end, guiding the ball into the bottom left-hand corner. A quick response from Southampton 3 minutes later, another set piece from James Ward-Prowse, sending the ball towards Shea Adams, who bagged his goal away from home again. But about 21st minute, Liverpool really got into their groove and found their breakthrough to make it 2-1, with Darwin Núñez slotting in a Harvey Elliott cross towards the back post. And finally, just on the 42nd minute mark, Andy Robertson managed to find a little gap in the left-hand channel. A great ball from Firmino, who slots it in towards Darwin Núñez, who grabbed his second goal just before the half-time whistle to make it 3 goals in the first half for Liverpool. An impressive performance to send off their team before the World Cup.